Welcome, Aquarius. At Astrologically, we believe planets do not predict your future, they reveal your true potential. And today, the universe echoes a profound message meant just for you. God says the delay is over. The doors that once refused to budge are now opening. The energy that felt stagnant is shifting. And the things you've long hoped for? They are arriving. Not a minute too soon, and not a second too late. You've always known you were different. Aquarius. While others walked in straight lines, you built roads no one else could see. You've carried visions too big for small minds and dreams too expansive for conventional timelines. And because of this, your journey hasn't looked like anyone else's. While others seemed to move quickly, ticking off boxes and reaching milestones, you often felt stuck, despite knowing deep within that you were meant for greatness. This delay wasn't a punishment, it was a recalibration. God was never denying you, he was realigning you. What looked like silence was actually strategy. What felt like being held back was in truth a sacred pause to strengthen your spiritual infrastructure. Because the level of success and impact you're being prepared for isn't ordinary, it's divine. And now, the time has come. The waiting is over, Aquarius. Your soul came here to innovate, to liberate, and to elevate. And even though it's been hard, when no one else understood your ideas, when your originality isolated you, you kept showing up. You kept creating. You kept believing. And now everything you've carried in your spirit is about to take physical form. You are not entering a season of trial. You are entering a season of triumph. Financially, the scales are tipping in your favor. The creative concepts you once second-guessed are now becoming currency. The unique perspective you bring to the table is exactly what people are willing to pay for. You don't need to chase opportunities. Opportunities are magnetized to your energy. You're stepping into a phase of abundance that doesn't rely on logic. It relies on alignment. Expect surprise deals, long overdue payments, passive income streams, creative projects that explode in visibility. You've planted many seeds, Aquarius, and God saw every one of them. The ones that didn't sprout before weren't duds. They were just waiting for divine timing. That timing is now. Watch how money begins to flow where your energy feels most natural. Watch how work begins to feel like passion, not punishment. Emotionally, you've endured some of the deepest seasons of loneliness, not because you're unlovable, but because your heart beats to a frequency few can understand. You've given love to people who didn't know what to do with it. You've been loyal to people who only loved the idea of you. But even in heartbreak, you never lost your tenderness. You never closed your heart. Now love is finding you in its purest form. Soul-aligned connections are entering your orbit. Relationships rooted in mutual growth, not codependency. Companionships that don't ask you to shrink, dim, or dilute your essence. You're being loved not despite your uniqueness, but because of it. The delay in your love life wasn't due to your flaws. It was God protecting you from premature attachments. And now you're stepping into the kind of emotional depth that feeds your soul instead of draining it. Spiritually, Aquarius, you've evolved. Massively, quietly, in private moments, in tearful prayers, in hours of doubt. You've downloaded cosmic wisdom. You've carried prophetic insight. And now, your spiritual gifts are not just internal. They're outward expressions of divine assignment. You're not here to fit in. You're here to lead, to awaken, to remind people of who they really are. The delay in recognition was your initiation. You weren't ignored. You were being anointed. You weren't forgotten. You were being fortified. You don't just know spiritual truths, you embody them. And as you step forward in confidence, your voice becomes an instrument of healing. You don't have to seek a platform. The platform seeks you. Your ideas are sacred. Your visions are divine blueprints. Your thoughts are seeded with celestial fire. No longer doubt your insights. You are being used as a vessel for transformation. Whether you speak, write, mentor, or simply radiate light, you are now a walking answer to someone's prayer. You're no longer in hiding. You're stepping into your role as a spiritual pioneer. Professionally, new doors swing wide open. Work you once thought was too niche now becomes your superpower. You are not here to climb a traditional ladder. You are here to build your own structure. Whether it's launching a business, shifting your career path, or stepping into a leadership role, this season demands bold action. You're no longer being asked to wait. You're being called to walk. You're not behind. You're exactly on time. The detours and delays were God's way of preparing you for a launch so massive, you needed extra spiritual armor to carry it. And now, because you didn't give up, because you stayed faithful, the reward is arriving. Overflow, momentum, open doors, restored favor, recognition without compromise. God says, you are ready. The delay is over. The next move you make will be multiplied. The energy you put out will echo back in exponential form. The ideas you act on now will not return void. They will return victorious. So what do you do with this revelation? You rise. You speak. You build. You love. You trust. You don't tiptoe. You stride. You don't second guess. You declare. You don't play small. You expand. The same energy that created the stars is backing you. You are no longer on hold. You are in activation. Let this be your new truth. Aquarius. Delays do not equal denial. Silence does not equal absence. And now that the divine has declared it, no one and nothing can stop what is coming your way. So breathe it in. The clarity, the confidence, the cosmic confirmation. God says, the delay is over. And when heaven speaks, creation moves.